Good afternoon, everybody. Today I am going to make some potato rolls. I'm going to do this because I'm making a pork butt in the oven, and it's got to cook for 6 to 7 hours. So I noticed I didn't have rolls, so I'm going to make some potato rolls. What you're going to need for that, you're going to need 4 cups of all-purpose flour, or you can use bread flour if you have it. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of salt. You're going to need 1 1/4 cup of warm water. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of sugar. You're going to need a packet of the fast rising yeast if you have it. You're going to need 6 tablespoons of your butter, softened, and you're going to need a cup or a little over a cup of mashed potatoes. So you can either put these in the microwave and bake them, and then you can scoop them out, or you can go ahead and just boil them and make sure they're drained real good before you mash them. So I'm going to just throw these in the microwave to get them done quicker, and then I'm going to get them mashed up. Once I start to mix and everything, I will be back. Okay, so ready to get started. So we got my 1 1/4 cup of warm water. You're going to put your packet of dry yeast, and then you're going to put your 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, now you're going to give that just a little stir, not much, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to set this over the side, and this is going to need to get all foamy. So we're going to set this over the side for about 10 minutes until it gets all foamy, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our okay, sorry about that. So we're going to do that, and while that's doing, we're going to go ahead and put in our 2 teaspoons of salt into here. Okay, just kind of give that a little mix. All right, so we've got our yeast processing. We've got our 4 cups of flour with our salt. I've got my softened butter, and I got my potatoes. Now you do 1 cup, and since I did this in the microwave and did a baked potato, once I got it mashed up, I did add about a tablespoon of water, so it wouldn't be as dry. It would be more like I just mashed them. Okay, so I'm gonna let that ferment, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish what I'm doing. I'll get it all mixed up. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, and you can see that the yeast has bloomed or it's gotten all foamy. So I usually mix it, and then I knead it by hand, but I have this on my blender, my mixer, so I'm going to see if this works. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add in your flour and salt. Okay, and you're going to add in your mashed potatoes. All right, oh, got a little skin on that one. And then we're going to get this mixed. Now this is supposed to be a bread one, so I'll probably wind up hand kneading it if this doesn't work. But if you do have the mixer, it says to do it for about 5 minutes. Now once this gets incorporated, I'm going to start adding in the butter, like a teaspoon at a time. So let me get this mixed up, and I will, before I go add the butter, or if I have to hand knead it, I'll let y'all know. Okay, so this is incorporating, so I'm going to go ahead and start adding in some butter. I'm used to doing this by hand, so I will probably wind up taking it out of here and kneading it for about 5 minutes, because it says with the mixer to do it for 5 minutes until you make that, you form that ball. But I don't know with this little attachment if that's going to work, because I don't have that big hook thing. So let me get this, see what I got to do, and I'll be back. Just so you know, the mixer did not work, so I am hand kneading it. And I'm going to do this for about 5 minutes until I make sure that it's nice and blended the way it should be. So give me a few minutes, and we're going to put it in a container, a greased bowl with a cover on it. We're going to cover it with a tea towel, or you could do plastic wrap, and we're going to let that rise for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to make our rolls. Okay, so once you have kneaded the dough for at least 5 minutes, you're going to put it in a greased, I use butter, a greased pan, and you're going to cover it, like I said, with plastic wrap or a tea towel. My house is kind of drafty, and I got the AC going because it's hot. So I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap. I'm going to move it out of the way. It's going to need to rise for 45 minutes to an hour until it doubles in size. When it does that, I'll be back. Y'all, it's been 45 minutes, and as you can see, the dough has doubled. So at this point, just like you would do with any other kind of yeast rolls or anything like that, you're going to punch it down. And this is to deflate the dough. Once you get this done, you're going to put it out on here. And you're going to separate this out into 9 rolls. Okay? So I'm going to get this kind of separated out. Okay, so you're going to need 12 rolls to fit in your 9x13 pan. So I kind of just separated this a little bit. I'm sure it's not going to all be the exact same size, but you're just going to roll this into a ball, kind of squeeze out the air, and you're going to roll this into a ball. This is not big enough, so you want them all to be, let me see, about that size. Okay? All right, so I'm going to get these rolled out and put in I buttered my pan. You can use grease, whatever. I use butter. I'm going to put them in the butter, butter my pan. I'm going to cover it. It's going to need to rise again for about another 30 minutes or so. Once it doubles in size, it'll go in the oven at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. Let me get these done. So they're not all perfect, not all the same size, but you can see I've got my 12 rolls. I've got them separated a little bit. I'm going to cover these up with my little tea towel. I'm going to put them over to the side, and they're going to rise again for 30 to 45 minutes, and then they're going to go in the oven 400 degrees for 20. It's been 35 minutes, so as you can see, they have risen and doubled in size. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take a little bit of melted butter, and you're just going to brush the tops of them. And again, we're going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, I'm going to get this done, and when they're out, I will show you. The bread just came out of the oven. They're not as pretty as some of them I've made, but they'll do. So I'm just going to brush them with butter, and I'm going to let them sit for just a few minutes to cool down, and then I'm going to slice them into a little burger bun, and I'm going to make some pulled pork sandwiches. When I get to that point, I will be right back to show you what's next. Just real quick to show you just how tender this looks. I couldn't resist. I had to take one, put some butter on it. And it's got a nice crunch, but the inside is so tender. I think this is even better than the regular yeast rolls. It's just so much more, I don't know, it's just a lot softer. Okay, save time, I went ahead and cut that and made it into a little bun. Then we're going to put our pulled pork. And if you're interested in the pulled pork, how I did this, I'll just put it down in the comments. I think I've done a Boston butt before, further down, but I'm not sure. But we're going to do that. My favorite barbecue sauce is Hickory Smoke Barbecue, the Kraft. And we're going to put some of that. Ooh. And we have a beautiful potato bread, pulled pork sandwich. I'm going to get a bite of this one. Unbelievably good. This potato bread is perfect. Of course, you can have it just as a dinner roll, or you can make it into buns like this. If y'all have any questions, let me know. If not, enjoy, y'all.